When you got married, it was the happiest day of your life. Can you remember how you felt that day?
Euphoric, like it was the happiest day of my life. Calm. Happy.
And did you absolutely believe then that this would last forever?
Oh, I would never have took my vows if I didn't. It's not a joke. It's not something you go into lightheartedly. And it's not something you go into thinking, if I feel differently later, it doesn't matter.
For you, the vows were very important.
Yeah. It's just a chapter in my life that I don't want to feel miserable about it or unhappy.
I mean, even though you're now divorced, can you get any happy memory from the marriage?
I feel numb. It's my reality. To other people, it's their entertainment. I don't want to cry. Let's talk about happy things.
It's not, obviously, this is not a happy period that I'm discussing now.
No.
When did you realise that the marriage wasn't working? Was there any sense of it not working before?
Not at all.
So until then, you thought you were very happily married?
Complete and utter happiness.
And total trust in Ashley?
More than ever.
You enjoyed married life? You were...
I enjoy the stability of having, amongst all the madness, that one person that is there throughout. And he's very normal and calm and not an inkling.
There were several factors that other people have claimed may have played a part in it not being perfect. One was professional, one was personal.
I don't think any marriage is perfect, is it?
No, but you told me, actually, once, that one of the things you regretted, with hindsight, was that Ashley was offered a huge deal to go to Real Madrid. That would have been massive money, long-term contract, his dream transfer, and that you didn't want him to go, and asked him not to do that.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to Chelsea, which made him incredibly unpopular.
Yeah.
The most hated footballer in the country for quite a long time.
Right.
And that you felt quite guilty about that, but you felt your own career was as important as his, and he couldn't do that.
Yeah, I do. What was I going to do? Move to Spain, move my whole life over there, everything I knew, and be a housewife. I didn't want to live my life like that. It's not what makes us happy. And I thought that would have caused more problems. And it wasn't my decision by any shot, it was ours.
When you saw how unpopular he became, particularly with Arsenal fans, but also with football fans generally, who perceived him as being greedy and all the rest of it, going to Chelsea, did you feel guilty? Did you feel that maybe you should have just gone to Spain, made the sacrifice?
No, it was... I mean, if it had got to a point where that was absolutely where he wanted to go, then there would have been further talks, but there was the option for him to either... The options were go to Chelsea up the road and everybody gets on with their life, or you move completely to a foreign country.
I've got to ask you about this, and I know you're not going to find this comfortable. Do you remember where you were when you first heard the allegations that Amy Walton was making, that Ashley had cheated on you with her?
Yes. At home.
And how did you hear?
From a phone call.
From Ashley?
No. It was, you know, it's funny because hearing you back now, it's like a, you know, I'm saying things I've never heard myself say.
What do you want to say about it?
I'm not here to expose anything or talk about those feelings other than to say I was just a heartbroken girl. I wasn't a footballer's wife in an ivory tower and with all the lovely things and so it'll be fine. I was just underneath it all, just a heartbroken girl.
Was part of it the shock? You just couldn't believe Ashley had let you down?
All of it initially. Shock.
Because he kind of warned you, hadn't he, before, that he thought something may have happened. He'd got drunk, he'd gone out being stupid. Did that lessen the blow, or did it just not make any difference?
Do you know, when all's said and done, and you realise the circumstances, it doesn't make any difference when your heart's breaking.
I'm not going to go into the details of all this, because I can see you don't want to talk about this. Other than to say that, obviously, you took him back, and then further revelations came out involving other women, which, for you, were clearly the final blow to the marriage.
I don't really want to say anything other than anybody that's been through a divorce knows it's one of the toughest things that you could go through. And on such a public scale, and not being able to have the privacy you need to deal with those feelings is really, really hard.
Is that one of those times when you just wish you were anonymous?
Yes.
You weren't Cheryl Cole, you were just...
You just want to go home to Newcastle. Hate.
Do you still speak to Ashley at all?
Yeah.
Often? You have regular conversations? Or?
I hope one day that we can be friends. Just have to get through the obstacles.
Do you think he still wants you back?
I don't think he ever wanted to let her go. We had a great relationship. Don't get it. Do not get it. Don't get it. Be best friend. God, this is turning into therapy.
Do you feel any better for talking about it? Does it help?
Ask us in a couple of hours.
Do you understand why people are curious? Why they kind of feel like they need to know the truth from you, because otherwise they don't know what to believe?
Yeah, understand it.
I mean, I find it gripping to hear you say these things, simply because I've read so much stuff about you, your marriage, your life and everything. To actually hear it from the horse's mouth is incredibly compelling to listen to. I'm sure everybody watching this is feeling the same way. But no one can watch you talking like this and not feel heartbroken themselves for you. It's a heartbreaking story.
It is. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. Everybody that's felt heartache knows how it feels, and I just have to be able now to put it to bed and find me strength again to move on. I remember being back behind the screens, just thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself?
You've had a tough time of it, but one thing you are, Cheryl, is a fighter.
Cheryl's been an X Factor favourite now for over 2 years.
She's got a great heart, Cheryl. That's why people like
I
her.
think the industry's missing a boy band. You're cute, you're really cute.
Thank you.
I think I remember just thinking you was made for this job.
Girls allowed?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yes.
It's all in her eyes. You watch Cheryl Cole's eyes during an audition, you can see the way that she's feeling, and that's what makes her unique. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Throughout her time on the show, she's lived her private life in public.
Cheryl's a fighter, clear as day. I mean, what she does, she's been through a lot. She fights through it, and she doesn't give in.
I personally think part of her popularity is the fact that she wears her heart on her sleeve.
To be crushed again. I can't imagine how he must be feeling because I reckon this was his last shot.
Anyone can relate to what she went through, but she doesn't hide it. When she's sad, she shows she's sad. When she's happy, she shows she's happy. But she also knows that other people have gone through what she's gone through, so she's not living in some weird fairy tale world. You know, she's a realist. She's not somebody who feels sorry for herself.
So when Cheryl released her debut single, Fight for This Love, it was a real statement of intent.
She wanted to get her message across, and she did.
She really sang that song from her heart. She was going through trouble with her, personal relationship.
Cheryl's single, Promise This, marks a new chapter in her life. So what does the future hold for one of Britain's most desirable women?
I think I'd just like to see Cheryl with somebody who would bring out all the best qualities in her.
I hope she falls in love again.
There's speculation whether or not she's found it now. If she has, I'm really pleased for her.
I'm sure, it'll come a time that she'll find love again. And she will blossom even more than she is now.
The main thing I want for her is to be happy. That's all I want for her, and that's all I think anybody wants for somebody that they care about.
I remember you performing the Fight for Your Love, watching and thinking, how can she do this, given all that was going on?
I was thinking exactly the same thing. I remember being back behind the screens, just thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself? And then the other parrot, or whatever it is, the other one, says to you, no, go on, go for it,
What did you think you were saying with that performance and that particular song? What was the other parrot telling you to get out there?
It's, to be a fighter, to bring out the fighter in you and feel the fear and do it anyway.
Music is obviously massively important to you.
The biggest thing in my life.
Did you find it a solace, music, a therapeutic crutch, if you like?
Always, yeah. My whole life, I've used music. That's why it feels like you're in such a unique position to be able to do that to somebody else. And I hear stories all the time. I just did a book signing the other week, and every single person that came to us had something to say about how my music or my songs had touched their lives, and that's a pretty incredible position to be in. And to think that I feel a certain way about music and that I can make somebody feel like that is the best feeling in the world.
It was interesting watching your reaction to Simon Cowell talking about you, because you kept nodding.
Simon is one of the most important people in my life. One, he changed my life when he invited us onto the X Factor. But most importantly, he gets it. He gets me like nobody else, and I've never met anybody like that before.
What does he get?
how quick my thoughts go, and he can just stop and process them. It's really bizarre. We've got it's kind of uncanny how similar we are. And that scares me to say out loud.
Everybody interviewed in that last video just wants you to be happy. Do you think you can be quite quickly? Do you think you can move on?
I think I can definitely move on. And I think this is going to be a big milestone for me, and it's going to be a point where I've said it now, and I'm ready to get back to myself.
Oh, don't you kind of wish you were mates with them? Just a little bit. Right, here's what's happening tomorrow night if you're thinking of toddling off to bed. I'll see you at 8 for Gossip Girl, and then Brand New Pete is on at 9, and then you can see if Harry does the splits again at 10.